today's news.
CBS News on the Hour, presented by Paul Gauguin Cruises.
I'm Monica Ricks. A sixth and final former deputy has just been sentenced for the horrific torture of two black men in Mississippi.
I'm Peter King. Former police officer Joshua Hatfield has been sentenced to about 10 years in prison. The 6 members of the so-called Goon Squad go to prison for the racial torturing of Michael Jenkins and Eddie Parker after a neighbor complained the 2 black men were staying with a white woman in a home. The officers beat up the men, used stun guns, and assaulted them with a sex toy before shooting one in the mouth.
Secretary of State Anthony Blinken says there is progress on a ceasefire deal between Israel and Hamas. CBS's Linda Kenyon's in Washington.
Blinken says there's a clear consensus on several priorities, including the need for an immediate, sustained ceasefire with the release of hostages, more humanitarian aid for Palestinian civilians, and a long-time plan for peace and security. But Blinken says this is not easy.
These are difficult days, but that only reinforces our determination to get to better days.
A couple of medical breakthroughs to report today, including a new skin test that can detect Parkinson's.
It can detect a certain protein people with Parkinson's have in their bodies. Dr. Christopher Gibbons is a neurologist at Beth Israel Deaconess Medical Center in Boston and a professor of neurology at Harvard Medical School.
In those unusual or unknown conditions where the physician and patient are debating, could this be Parkinson's disease? I do think this would make a big difference.
CBS's Jim Krasula reporting. Meantime, doctors in Boston successfully transplanted a pig kidney into a 62-year-old patient. It's the first time that's ever been done on a living person. Mass General's Dr. Joran Madsen says this could be huge for the future of transplants.
It is a big, huge game changer. Every day in America, at the end of today, there'll be 17 American and more than double that worldwide patients who will die on their waiting list because there are not enough human donor organs.
Federal safety regulators are warning against candy that uses roller balls to let kids eat sweet liquid. The candy's rolling ball can dislodge and get trapped in a child's throat. A 7-year-old girl has already died, and at least one other child's been hospitalized. The entire police department in Ridgely, Maryland has been suspended, and people there still have no idea why.
It's shocking. God forbid something happens.
I think it's insane that this is happening. Something that could be that broad sweeping to suspend everybody on the force. That part is worrisome. The decision largely unexplained, but state prosecutors could be looking into misconduct. Until it's resolved, other public safety agencies say they've agreed to fill the void. This is CBS News.
Well, that's today's news. Today's news. I didn't hear any good news, did you? I didn't think so. I guess it's all about perspective. The glass is half full. Well, as always, I'd like to thank you again for coming along with me on these Dash Cam News adventures. You know the drill. Peace, love, and all that hippie jazz. Bye-bye, everybody. It's 67 degrees in Oakland, California.